This week's book is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. This book is probably the most classic personal development book ever written. It is quite old already, but that is actually a good thing because it says that this book has stood the test of time and people still today are reading this book and learning and benefiting from these principles. So first of all, this book is about the 13 steps to riches, are like the chapters. Napoleon Hill studied a lot of rich people like Henry Ford, Thomas Edison, all of these successful men at his time, and he made this book out of he searched for the similarities between those people and found that they all had these 13 principles that they followed, or these 13 steps to riches that he put here in an order to follow. So I'm just going to read quickly the steps if you're curious, but then I'm just going to cover my 5 favorite ideas, summarize my favorite 5 ideas from this book. But the first step to riches is desire, then faith, then auto-suggestion, specialized knowledge, imagination, organized planning, decision, persistence, power of the mastermind, the mystery of sex transmutation, the subconscious mind, the brain, the sixth sense, are all those are all the 13 steps to riches. And all of my points here are actually not like those steps. There is some other very specific advice there as well that he talks about. And the first one actually is this one, which I don't think is in any of those steps or chapters, but rather in in his preface or something. I think it was there. But the first idea is that success comes to those who become success conscious. Failure comes to those who indifferently allow themselves to become failure conscious. So, are you thinking about success most of the time, or are you thinking about failure most of the time? Are you in your mind seeing yourself succeeding? Are you thinking about positive things? Are you visualizing success, or are you thinking about what's going wrong, or the bills to pay, or all the negative stuff, and seeing yourself failing and not seeing any hope for yourself in your calling? So that is very important. Second point is that I wrote here: seek expert counsel before you give up. You might be just 3 feet from gold. And this refers to what I think it was either in the first chapter, or I think it was in the preface as well. He tells the story of gold miners, and the preface is actually pretty good. There's powerful lessons in the preface before even those steps, and he talks about those 2 people. I think it was a person, I don't remember the name, and his uncle. They went digging for gold. They had this gold fever to find gold, and they spent hours and hours, and they just had high hopes, and they just digged and digged, and then one day they just quit. They went away, walked away, and this trash man found the spot that they were digging, and he decided to search for a counsel, for an expert, a gold mining expert. And what they found, the gold was just 3 feet from where those gold miners stopped. Just 3 feet below where they stopped was a bunch of gold, a trail of gold there. And the trash man got the fortune, and the other ones who quit, they didn't get pretty much anything. I think they didn't find any gold. And that is a lesson in life. In life it can very often be like that hardest failure is just before the biggest success. When you're just the most depressed, or when it's the most difficult time, and the temptation to quit is the highest, that's exactly the moment that's going to be followed by success, massive success. So that's a lesson in not quitting. Never quit in sales. I think the same person later in life, he started to sell insurance, and he always remembered that he had in his mind that I stopped 3 feet from gold, but I will never stop because a customer says no. That's very powerful. So never quit, because it really is there's like many of these sayings, and I don't know what it is, but for some reason it takes that kind of like a test, that a lot of persistence, and then eventually you will get what you want. But moving on to the next point is, when riches begin to come, they come so quickly in such great abundance that one wonders where they have been hiding during all those lean years. So I hear this all the time from like people that like the massive fortune, the money really just starts coming like so suddenly, then in massive amounts. It might come like slowly a little bit like at the time as well, but just it still is like so small that you still like basically are not getting any wealthier. But then suddenly you find something that works, something just starts happening. Like Jordan Belfort also talks about that. It's like it takes all that like skills training and everything first, and you don't see any results. It's like an iceberg. Most of it is under the water, and just the top is over the water. So under the water is all the practice of training in sales or whatever. You need to like train, you need to read, and you don't see any like visible results. Or the same thing actually at the gym. You start working out. First you don't see any results, you just get the pain and there's no visible results, but then suddenly you look at the mirror and you're like, damn, I'm in great shape. And same with anything, like with money making as well. It first takes those, like that persistence, it takes those steps and skill training and everything, and then just at some point it just clicks and everything starts to work. So then that was number 3. Number 4 is that no more effort is required to aim high in life than to accept misery and poverty. So it really takes no more effort to think bigger than to think small. And there's some poem, I don't remember which page it was, but there was like a powerful poem as well there, like about like I don't remember it exactly, but about just the same point that if you just ask more of life, it will give it to you. So if you ask little, you get little, but if only you ask it for more, life would have paid whatever you ask it for. So you can think bigger, and it takes no more effort. Even like the working part, it really doesn't necessarily take that much more effort to earn 100,000 a year instead of 50,000, or even $1 million a year instead of 100,000. The effort is fairly the same. It's just the thinking that is bigger and the asking is bigger. That's pretty much it. Like, of course, if you're really lazy, then you earn very little. But like someone who earns 100,000 probably works just as hard as the person who earns $1 million a year. The other one just thinks much bigger. And finally, number 5 is practice persistence. Persistence, I really like that chapter especially, and I think he emphasizes that as well a lot in this book, that persistence is really the key to success, because it can get like really tough, and like you really need that persistence muscle, because it's kind of funny, like it's kind of like life is some kind of a test that only the persistent will get like the rewards, and if you don't have that persistent, and if you quit, if you don't go for it anymore, like it can get so frustrating at some times, but then you just need to practice persistence. This is a powerful book. Make sure to order it for yourself if you don't have it yet. Link is right below this video. You can order it from bookdepository.com. I will earn a small commission from that company because I recommend them on my videos. But anyways, it's no additional cost to you, just an affiliate link. Also, I have linked in the description below that I have my top 10 books. If you don't know where to start, if you want to start buying some books and reading, there is my top 10 list. You can also use the affiliate links to purchase those books and help out this channel so I can post more videos like this. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.